Hello, everyone. Welcome to Our Lives After Season 2, the second season. I'm Stella Luna. I am joined here with all of my lovely cast members. You can find me here on Twitch as Stella Luna. You can find me over on all other social media as Stella Luna TV. And today I will be playing Viscera, who uses she, they pronouns. Shay Viscera. And I'll pass it on over to Lexi.
I was so afraid, but it's happening. My name is Lexi. I use he, she pronouns. And I'm playing a new character, named Mir, Sem Mir, who also uses he, she pronouns. And I'm gonna pass it to Alex.
Hell
Looking
yeah.
at Drac, passing it to Alex.
I
I can sense you strike. I mean, I was getting ready as well.
First and foremost, welcome back. I'm so excited to play. My name is Alex, Ghost Chicken RPG, Blue Sky. I will be playing this evening Loveless, your pirate captain, Gojo Satoru S. Kakashi Hatake. And I'm here to help and make sure everybody gets through this alive and well. But yes, jokes aside, he, him pronouns. I believe it's Tem. Is it Tem? Am I getting that right? I'm forgetting off the top. Yes, thank you. So it's Tem Loveless at this point in time, and I'm super excited to be playing Fabula Ultima again. I will pass it on to Drac.
I'm Drac. I use he, they pronouns, and you can find me on all social Draconics. You know the stuff. But today I'm playing Adana Marseille, who uses he, she, they pronouns, which I don't actually. I think it's Terim. Actually, am I correct there? Terim.
Yeah.
Terim Adana. But with where Adana is emotionally and mentally, I think they prefer you not to use that tip for them. So just Adana would do.
That is A-okay.
Yeah. I'm very excited for today. I've been thinking about this nonstop. I love Our Lives After so goddamn much. I'm glad we're back. But I am going to throw it over to Emma.
Liv will be here later.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Liv
So
will be here later.
Liv will be here. Confirmed.
I didn't succeed in merging Liv. They're just not here right now.
Yeah. Liv will be joining us shortly, but I am Emma, also known as Emmapanada. I got rid of my Twitter and I haven't made like a personal Blue Sky for like myself. But if you want to know what I'm up to, I'm making a TTRPG called All the Witches. And I've been posting little videos every day of my progress on that. So if you would like to follow along and see what I'm up to, you can follow that on Blue Sky. And I'm the GM, so I play everybody else. But yeah, if you're curious why people have been saying Shay, Viscera, or Hem, Loveless, or whatever, we have a helpful little cool pronoun system in this fantasy world where based on your pronouns, you have a little prefix name that goes before your like actual first name to tell people what your pronouns are. So I think there might be a command for that in the chat if you want to look what that is. Maybe not. Stella just made a face.
Hold on. I'll get there. Keep talking.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Fabula Ultima, excited to be back. I have a lot of nervous energy. I haven't GM'd in quite a while, so I'm feeling a little rusty, but it should be fun. I have a lot of really amazing players, and we're gonna be Gucci. This is gonna be a fun session. Stella, do I need to still keep talking?
It's gonna take me a while. You're just gonna have to wait for
Okay,
it later. Chat.
Chat, it'll come later. But until then, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate it. We're excited to jump back into this world and into this game. I have some exciting and fun things planned for this season, I think, and it should be a really good time. But to start us off, let's go ahead and jump into our fun little intro. Worked on very hard by our very own Drac. And push the button. A distorted voice calls out on the loudspeakers. Paging Dr. Smith to room 204. Paging Dr. Smith to room 204. A young teenager, around 15 years old, sits in a hospital waiting room. Lexi, what does your character look like right now?
A small, thin ragdoll of a teenager. Thin arms that barely fill the large jacket that just swallows her form. Gray clothes, gray pants, gray shoes, dark brown skin, brown eyes downcast, eyes brimmed with tears, but turned to the side, her palm and fist covering her mouth. Black hair in twists. She is slumped in a chair. Not the most comfortable thing in the world. But she is listless. She hasn't spoken in hours, it seems. And she hasn't stopped crying since she's been here.
As you sit there, tears welled in your eyes and running down your face, your memories flood back to being at home when your mom received a call. It was early in the evening. She'd been working on dinner for some time while you were pretending to study. You had never heard your mother make a noise like that before. Her sudden shock rattled your home, and it took you and your dad a number of minutes speaking to her through tears before you learned what had happened. There was an accident. A head-on car collision. Your grandparents were driving to church with your cousin Adam when something must have happened. No one's quite sure. Your grandparents were killed in the crash, but your cousin was in critical condition and being taken to the hospital. Your mother's cries break you out of your haze as your father sits comforting her, praying softly and assuring her that everything's gonna be fine. You heard that the first responders took next to no time at all in getting your cousin to the hospital, and that they were hopeful Adam would be okay because of their urgency. By the time you arrived, the paramedics and police officers had already left. But standing in the waiting room near your family was still a lone firefighter with a worried expression on his face. You heard that he's the one that pulled your cousin out of the car, and he stayed here at the hospital, wanting to make sure he was okay. While the various nurses around you talked about their plans for the weekend and life seemed to be going on for everyone else as if nothing was happening, you took comfort in having someone there who was just as worried for Adam as you were. Your phone starts ringing. You look down and see Amaya's name on the caller ID.
I sigh, but I pick up.
Amira?
Hello?
Amira,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Did you talk to mom or dad or anything, or did anyone tell you?
Dad texted me. He said there was an accident. What's happening? Is everything okay?
It just something happened with Adam. I'm here at the hospital with them. They're fine, but Adam
What's
and
happening?
Grandma and it was a car accident.
Okay, and were they hurt? They're at the hospital? What's happening?
It's not them. I don't... Listen. Grandma and Grandpa are gone. And Adam was in the back seat. They're just here with me.
Silence on the other end of the phone. You hear a lone sniffle. Wait, Grandma, Grandpa, they're just gone? Adam's in the hospital?
Yeah.
I need to get there. I've got to email my professors, ask them for like extensions.
Listen. If you... I don't want you to come if it's gonna be hard for you to be here.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I
Mom,
have to be there.
I want you to be here. More than anything. But things are... I don't
You
know.
hear your dad call out. Is that Amaya?
I roll my eyes
Listen,
and
tell her everything's gonna be fine. Adam will be okay. They got to him quick. Don't worry. Just keep focusing on school. He's
Really?
rubbing your mom's back as she kind of softly cries.
Same as it ever was, I guess. Just stay there, I guess. They said he's gonna be fine. They got to him quick, apparently.
Can you please fuck. Can you just keep me in the loop? Let me know what like what's happening
I'll
with his
text you.
recovery, I
I'll
guess.
text you. It'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Tell everybody I love them. When you talk to Adam, tell him I'll come as soon as I can.
After a long pause, another sniffle on her end. She says, "Okay. I'll tell him when he wakes up."
Okay. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I love you too. Just stay safe. Please.
Yeah. You too.
I miss you.
I really miss you too.
Listen, Mom and Dad are... They're trying to see what I want for dinner, so I probably should deal with them.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Talk to you later. And she'll hang up.
Phone call ends. You hear your father repeating, "Everything will be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. They got to him quick. They got to him quick, honey." He keeps repeating it to himself, to your mom, to you, hoping, speaking it into existence will make it so. After a time, a surgeon comes out from the double doors and walks over to your family. He shakes his head and says something, but the words don't reach your ears. You're in a state of shock as the world breaks down around you. Your mother wails. Your father tries to put on a brave face. The firefighter sits down, defeated. How do you feel in this moment?
Broken. I think something doesn't add up here. We were best friends, and also we're kids. This doesn't happen to us. It's not supposed to happen to us, and this is the first time I think I realized that everything can be gone. And just by atoms, everything being gone, I feel such a deep sadness. And I don't even know where to begin. Between thinking of how I'm supposed to get through family get-togethers to never seeing his name on my computer again. Will his messages go away? Or will they be there forever? And he'll never be able to respond. How deep does this go, and how far does this sadness run?
Your mind rests on Adam. Your mind rests on the conversations you've had, the messages you've sent one another. You suddenly think of the ones he loved. It's the ones who aren't here in this room. You remember the handful of times you would play that game with him, Last Relic Online. You remember how close he was to his friends there and how close he still was to them despite the fact that you haven't played that game for quite a while. You open your phone and click on an app you've barely ever opened called Discord. Navigating to an old server you never really post in, filled with his friends. The most recent post you see is some short video from someone called Mr. Fishcake. You start typing a message in the chat, and their worlds are changed forever. The scene fades as we start seeing flashes of Amir's life. A few years after the death of Adam, we see you sitting in the fire captain's office at a local fire department. He drops a folder with your background check and resume on his desk before sitting on the desk's edge and looking at you. So, the obvious question. Why do you want to be a firefighter?
Everything can be gone in a minute. Seconds, honestly. And this is the only job I've seen that can stop that. I could stand in fate's way, turn the tides. Everything up until now, studying to be a medic, the long, hard hours, even when I was just volunteering, has taught me that this is good. And I want to do good.
He's got a smile plastered over his face. Well, that's maybe the most poetic answer I've heard to that question. Standing in fate's way. That's... Maybe don't tell that to the others. You might get made fun of a little bit.
I can hold my own, I'm sure. But I will keep it to myself.
Okay. Well, training's a bitch to get through. It's not gonna be easy. We're not gonna take it easy on you. You seem readily capable. I think you can do this. If you're interested.
I'm more than interested. I don't want things to be easy. That would be a shame to me, having worked so hard to get here.
All right. Well, let's get you to sign some paperwork then. Pulls out some papers and lays them out on the desk to get you started. And the scene shifts. It's a number of years later. We hear the excited giggles of a young girl playing Mario Kart in the living room, as a full-grown Amira and her sister Amaya are in the kitchen preparing dinner. So, Amaya says with a hint of nervous excitement, I started seeing someone new.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, he's really nice. I don't think I'm ready to introduce him to you or anything yet, but I just thought maybe you should know.
Okay. And you think it's a good idea? Have you introduced, and
No, not yet. She kind of glances over towards the living room as well.
And how long?
It's been a few months now. I was thinking of maybe bringing him by sometime soon. He's really great, really nice. It's nice to feel wanted. To be seen that way.
Everyone in the world thinks you're hot already, right? Like, you can
Stop.
get that from anyone. Well,
Yeah,
nice
but
and great is cute, but, like, that's for, like, what, grade school? Recess?
he makes me feel young. I mean, I was so young when I had her. I don't know, it's nice. And I know you're very protective. I get it. I understand.
I just don't know
But I'd like
if...
you to...
Oh. No, go ahead,
you could just
please.
trust me. Trust that I know what I'm doing with my own life and relationships a little bit, and like be happy for me, and maybe I could introduce you to him soon.
I want to. I really want to. Listen, when you do this stuff, and not you specifically, I love you, but when people do this kind of thing, when it just feels great to be seen or whatever, they make a lot of choices that they regret. Or maybe they don't regret it. And maybe it's just acknowledging that you liked being seen for a little bit, but even introducing whoever this guy is to anyone is kind of high stakes. Wouldn't you? Isn't it saying something to be like, "Hello, here's a person that I'm seeing"? Doesn't it
I
kind
mean,
of have gravity to you?
of course it does, but that's like steps in a relationship. When you like a person, you start introducing him to the other people in your life. That's the normal thing to do.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't want you to be disappointed when if things go wrong.
I've got a good feeling about this one. I think this is going to go well. This isn't a fucking Zeke situation. I understand the hesitancy.
Fucking Zeke.
This isn't like fucking Danny or John or anybody else. This guy feels different. He is different. And I know 3 months is a little fast to be introducing him to Layla, but I got a really good feeling. And I don't want to mess this up.
You can introduce him to whoever.
Okay, but can you
But I-
be supportive and happy for me, maybe? Is that too much to ask?
that you keep saying that this feels different, but you're saying the same thing you said for each, including Zeke, unfortunately. I
Okay,
want to
but
be happy for you. I really do.
I may be using similar words, but you have to trust me, it's different. Okay, fine. I see that look on your face. I get it.
Just give me some time.
Sure, time. Yeah. Let's just forget I mentioned it. Let's just eat dinner and be happy, and you'll see.
Yeah. Sure.
The scene fades. A few weeks later, we see Amira riding in the fire truck through heavy traffic. The sirens are blaring as they're rushing to a fire. When they finally arrive, other firefighters have been fighting the fuel-accelerated fire for some time to little avail. Quickly stepping out of the truck, you rush into action, putting on your protective gear as you hear a mother crying out for her son. Firefighters are assuring her that he'll be okay as others are beginning to enter the building, but you hear the boy's cries calling out for help from the 3rd or 4th floor. Your fire captain Dominic tells you to hang back as they start preparing the ladder, but you look to the building again and you see the foundations beginning to crack. There's no time. You know he's going to give you hell for this, but Dominic's gonna forgive you, eventually. The other firefighters are beginning to see the foundations of the building giving, and they're beginning to create a perimeter and getting out. But as they're backing up, you quickly rush inside. The fire blazes around you as you rush up the stairs, triangulating where the voice is coming from. You feel the floors below you wavering, but you move your feet quickly so you don't get stuck. You bust down the door and see a boy near a window as you hear the walls cracking. You rush to his sides, pulling him close to your body as the building begins to go down. And then all you see is darkness. Pain. You felt searing pain coursing through your body. But now it suddenly stopped. You found yourself surrounded by darkness. You find yourself in some sort of void. And yet, you're wholly conscious, wholly present. You feel your body, you feel your skin, your bones. The last thing you remember was being in the collapsing building trying to save that boy. But he's nowhere in sight. You don't see your fellow firefighters. You're alone. A thought crosses your mind. The thought of death. You've thought about it before and wondered what it would be like, but you've never imagined something quite like this. You feel water lapping softly at your feet. If you reach down your hand, it would plunge into the deep and dark water that you find no end to. You're standing on this sea, but you're not quite sure how. Suddenly, as if your eyes are just now adjusting, you see another thinly veiled in darkness in front of you. After a moment, your eyes adjust further, and you see a large person floating in the air. She has obsidian skin and long, piercing red hair with bright green paint adorning her face and body in the shapes of various symbols. She wears a slitted dark dress that flows to the water as she sits still in the air with closed eyes. You see a single bright blue stitch on her dress that seems out of place. Her ears are long and pointed at the ends like an elf's from any number of shows or movies you've seen throughout your life. How do you react to this person?
I think the first thing out of Amira's mouth is a question. She feels release, not as if it was something, like she had just been through something, but almost like she had been through nothing. And she still wants to get back to that. She doesn't know how far that was away from where she is now. She sees this beautiful figure in front of her, and I think she says, "What is this?"
At the call of your voice, her eyes open, and they regard you with a piercing darkness, but also a deep tenderness. She speaks, and her voice is strained and rasped, as if she hasn't spoken in some time. Amira, I need your help.
How do you know who I am?
You are dead. And this is my realm.
How? I can't be dead. I was good. I was saving someone. I can't be dead.
You are. But the boy was saved. Protected by your corpse. And now more need you to save them. My name is Gao Kem. Someone from your home is hurting the world I love. Someone known as the Demon King. We need your help to stop them.
This has to be a joke. I did good to the very end. What am I doing here? Did I not help enough? Did I not do enough? This sounds like those games that Adam used to play. Sounds like a game. This is a game. This is a joke. Right?
This is no game. This is no joke. Your heart is righteous. Your path was holy. And it is for those reasons that I have called you. I can remake you. I can give you new life in my world. I can give you a strong body to aid you. I only need your acceptance.
Is this demon king someone from my world? There are millions, if not billion, if literally billions of people in my world. What am I supposed to do about that?
They are someone you know. They are someone who called you friend, called you family. And you can stop them. You can stop Adam.
Gone. This is cruel. He's gone.
He's alive.
No. I went to his funeral. No. His mom didn't know how to delete his Facebook. I did that. I had to tell his friends that he was gone. And I'm not a liar.
He died in your world. But he was brought into mine. You can have another chance. You can see him again.
Anytime. Before I see him. To make sure this is all real. But I didn't say no to helping anyone in my entire life. So I guess I can't start now.
We thank you. And may your eyes open to a new world of beauty and opportunity and reunion. And the darkness takes you once again. But soon after, your eyes open to light. And we're gonna end that scene there.
Oh my god.
We now find ourselves elsewhere. Stella, you're not in this scene.
God dang it. I'm so ready.
Wooden swords loudly clash amongst the dull hum of the airship soaring through the skies. A brash blue-haired warrior leaps over the metal dining table while bringing his sword down onto a level-headed young warrior with purple hair, who simply blocks the overhead strike while calmly stepping back. If you just keep blocking, I'm gonna hit you eventually, you fucking prodigy. Show me what you're made of! The purple-haired warrior smiles wryly while swiftly blocking 3 more quick strikes from Hem Roxon. You're open, Olivon! Roxon yells while striking towards Olivon's chest. Olivon counters by moving supernaturally fast and deflecting Roxon's strike to the side while backhanding him to the ground. A loud crash echoes in the airship as Roxon hits the floor, but he quickly recovers and swings up at Olivon while shouting, "Fucking best!" His sword stops as it's grabbed in the air by an older man. A thin white streak separates his beard as he towers over the 2 sparring warriors. That's enough. His voice speaks plainly, ending the fight. Roxon scoffs, frustrated. I would have had him. Backhands don't count as strikes. I could have kept going. Olivon smiles. You had me on the ropes a few times. I'm not sure I could have held out much longer. Roxon glares at him. You're more annoying when you act humble. Fuck! Roxon wrests his wooden sword from Ilian's hand before turning towards the exit. Standing in the doorway is a young woman with pale skin and white hair tied into a bun. She laughs cheekily as soon as she sees Roxon's frustration. Red quickly deepens his complexion as he stammers. Treaty, I didn't know you were there. Aren't you warriors supposed to be aware of your surroundings? She laughs. Well, he stammers. She has a good point. Don't let yourself become too focused on one enemy. Battlefield is rarely ever just one-on-one. The old warrior Ilian retorts. Roxon's frustration grows now that so much negative attention is on him, and he grunts, moving quickly past Treaty and down the hall. She calls after him. Don't worry, I only saw the ending. You looked cool. His pace quickens. His footsteps echo down the airship's halls, and he hears a voice he'd rather not hear as he passes the kitchens. Did you win? He quickly pushes his embarrassment to the side and stands at attention as he turns to face the demon sage, Hope. No, ma'am. He sees the demon knight Elia, wearing their full dark plate, standing wordlessly beside Hope. Hope smiles softly. You don't need to be so formal. It's awkward. Was it close? He pauses for a moment, questioning how to act. No, ma'am. Her smile fades slightly, seeing that he isn't going to drop the formalities today. Well, maybe one day. You're strong. I was always a fan of the stories where the person who worked hard beat the person with natural talent. Her smile returned, hoping her well wishes would reach him. Thank you, Sage. He bows low, another formality. He then rises and nods. Sage? Elia? Hope nods towards him as he walks down the hall. He never knew what to make of Elia. He's never seen what they actually look like, and they never talk or seemingly move. Fucking creepy, he whispers to himself. Hope pats Elia's arm as Roxon's whisper echoes into their room, and they hear it fully. How long until we reach Audnell at Elia? I feel like they're all going stir-crazy. Elia simply holds up 3 fingers. Gods, Hope curses. And now my beautiful other players can turn on their cameras.
And mine off?
If you would like, absolutely.
No.
You can stay if you want.
I
We
do.
love
I
having
want
you.
to.
That was so sad.
If you would like to see more death, watch episode 1 of season 1. Okay. The morning arrives in the village of Refno, the morning of your departure. You've agreed to travel to Midminster Forest to search for the curse for a week before fully leaving to venture to the capital city of Audenil for the Adventurers Union placement exams. Thin clouds fill the sky this morning, casting a light shade on the area. As you pack your bags and prepare for your journey, you notice that Kryden and Innie have seemingly left for Audenil earlier in the morning. Once packed, you all meet downstairs in the tavern for a breakfast prepared for you by Hala. Hala urges you to trust your senses before disappearing to the back to prepare for the day. The 5 of you sit alone while eating, as Sinclair's voice breaks the morning silence. So, we're gonna find this curse and kill it. Should be easy, right? He chuckles nervously. People have been saying you'll be able to sense it, right? So finding it shouldn't be too much of a problem. He looks towards you, Adana.
Muted.
I think you're muted.
I am. There we go. Yes, but I'm. In all honesty, I'm still trying to figure out how exactly sensing it works. I'm still not entirely sure I even sensed it in the first place.
I mean, people seem pretty confident, so hopefully, just happens.
I can try again.
Yeah,
I'll try and
maybe if you
focus.
just like focus really hard or something.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. And Adana very awkwardly kind of looks around at everyone staring at her, and she closes her eyes.
Viscera very specifically has their arms crossed over their chest and just staring at you.
The moment they make eye contact with Viscera, they immediately look away and stare down at the table where sat at before closing their eyes and focusing. And they at first they don't know what to focus on. There's a moment where they just sat there with their eyes closed, and then, as hard as they can, they think about the idea of a curse, just the concept of a curse. They think usually bad, often bad, put on someone or something, and they just try and focus on that feeling, that idea, that concept, in the hopes that this triggers what everyone seems to be certain is their ability to sense curses.
As you close your eyes, trying to focus your energies and your attention on curses and what you know of curses and what you're supposed to feel when there's a curse nearby, you only see the darkness of your eyelids. But as you focus harder and harder, pushing harder and harder to feel something, only a single image comes to mind. As a white animal skull in the darkness appears before your vision. Your eyes closed, you see this thing that haunted you in your sleep but a few nights ago. Anna. You try to open your eyes to escape the vision. You're not gonna find a fucking thing, Adana. Suddenly, you can open your eyes again.
I lurch backwards, knocking the seat out from underneath me.
Did you feel anything?
I don't respond. I just look around me.
Viscera raises a brow.
Did you see anything? Did you hear that?
No.
Nothing happened.
Um, I saw something, but I don't know what it was. Who it was? It was here before. A couple of nights ago, it was here before, and I don't know what I saw, but I don't want to try that again.
I suppose we could do it the old-fashioned way. Just have a look around.
Okay. So look around in the forest for a while, see if we can find anything, and
Look
if we
for
don't, we go on.
Look for it. Look for any signs of it. Lovelace, you've been here a while. Do you have any other suggestions on what we could do to find this curse?
I mean, honestly, I haven't spent too much time with curse breakers to this degree. Most of my time here has either been on an island or a boat. I mean, the best thing we could do is head to Odinil or Modest and find another curse breaker to at least get some better understanding or lay of the land. But honestly, I don't. And honestly, every minute, and no offense to the people here, but we waste here, things get worse.
Okay. So we've got a plan for now, at least. As silence hangs on the group and you begin eating your breakfast once more, a small old woman enters through the front door. You remember Talvine from the other night. She was very kind, friendly upon your first arrival, very curious, but seemed intensely interested in the make of your clothes and talked to Cielo at great length about them. She smiles. Good morning. I heard you were all leaving.
That is the plan.
Oh, well. It was nice to meet you. I didn't want you to leave empty-handed, so I thought you should have a little something for the road, and she walks up to each of you, giving a small pouch of varied nuts and some hardened honey. You see,
Thank you.
as she walks closer to Cielo, she hands her something else and exchanges a few quiet words. I don't want to keep you, but it has been nice. Stressful, but nice having so many visitors again. I hope you'll come back someday.
I don't think it's pragmatic for us to declare or make any promises. But if we are in the area, perhaps we will stop by.
She smiles softly. I'll take it. Have a safe journey. Eat well.
Thank you. Viscera will put the nut bag away and stand up. Right. Well, have you had your fill of food? Perhaps we shall start.
Dana's plate
Yeah.
has like a single bite taken out of it, but they look up and say, "Yeah, we should probably get started."
Do we have
Isra,
camping supplies? We're gonna be out in the woods for a few days.
You may all, if you've used any inventory points, you have full inventory points back. The village has been sure to stock you up with what you need for your journey. Chat, inventory points are a thing in Fabula Ultima where rather than having to track all the minutia of the leaves and branches that you have in your backpack, instead you just have a number of inventory points where when you're out in the wilds you can say, oh, I happen to have a potion or I happen to have a tent, and you just deduct the cost of whatever item you want from your inventory points and you can say you have it. And then when you're back out of town, you can replenish them with a little bit of coin. It's a nice little system. We love it. Thank you, Fabula Ultima.
Isra will make a point of checking on our large cat friend who has presumably saddlebags of this stuff. And after making
Yes.
sure we have everything we need, we'll begin to lead it out towards the forest. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
her companions join them.
We just abandoned Viscera. We're like, I guess they can handle it.
Viscera goes off on their own.
It was a great season, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a tinkerer, and I fully packed Francisco for this journey up the mountainside to get all of them. So
Yeah.
if I use one of my inventory points, can I say that we have camping supply for the entire group?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm more than comfy with that.
Sweet,
I
cool.
think
I
that's
will
the
mark
tent,
that down.
right? So that's 3, 4? 3 inventory points.
So
4 inventory
yeah.
I think you're talking about the magic tent, which is a vanilla item in Fabula Ultima. I think Loveless is talking about just RP supplies.
I'm just talking about RP supplies, so we're not sleeping on the
Okay.
ground.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
y'all are babies to this new world, okay? And y'all aren't ready for the harsh
Loveless
reality
is
of
prepared.
sleeping on like a rainy, wet, damp floor with bugs, okay?
Mhm.
We don't
So-
experience the highs and lows of
Yeah.
You
You haven't died a second time, okay?
Okay. As you all gather your things, double check your equipment and your supplies, and venture off to the nearby forest. Loveless, since this is a new
Yes.
season, and we have some people here who maybe weren't watching before, or it's been a while and they forgot, could you give us a little introduction to our friend Francisco?
Yeah, of course. Francisco is this giant, silverish white cat-like creature that is kind of like my best friend at this point in time, because I don't think I have that many friends. And then also, I can't remember. Is it also like elk/deer-like, or am I,
I think
just
it had
making that up?
horns. Yeah, like
Yeah,
There
no,
are
right,
there
cool.
are antlers, yes.
Yeah, it had antlers. Okay, I'm not losing it. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Francisco basically it just looks like a giant white ball of fur with antlers, and currently is saddled with enough gear to hold at least 2 people on it. A saddle that has at least 2 people on it, and then enough gear for at least, the 5 of us, 6 of us to camp out.
Absolutely.
It's very sleepy. And if anyone
Yes.
asks, I'm not returning Francisco. I'm going to kill whoever rented me this animal.
Oh my god.
Yes, Loveless did rent Francisco for this journey.
So you
And
stole
I have
Francisco.
gotten myriad threats in our DMs saying that Francisco will not be given back. So we'll figure that out eventually.
I'm a pirate. I don't rent anything, okay?
Absolutely. Okay. You all leave Refnel, heading towards Midminster Forest and the future of your journey. The future of an epic saga that will span who knows how many seasons. Dark clouds begin gathering above you on the horizon, and you enter the wilderness. Do we want to take a quick break?
Yes.
for
Please
it.
join
Yeah.
us in doing a 5-minute break. Grab some water, grab some snacks, and we'll be back in just a moment. Be right back,
I'm
5
gonna get some nuts.
minutes. Yeah, go get your nuts.
Our lives after. Our lives after.
Hello, everybody. We're back. Are we back? Are we live?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Stella's giving me the nervous
Hello?
nod. Thank you, Stella.
Okay.
We have Liv here with us. Liv, real
Yeah.
quick before we jump into the next scene, do you want to say who you are?
No.
Okay, great. Then we're gonna move on. So,
Hi, everybody. I'm Liv. I use she, they pronouns. You can follow me online at Live in a Day. One of these days, I'm going to use other social media. Right now, I'm just a ghost. But we're getting back into it.
it's real and valid. Okay. 5 days later, heavy rain falls on Midminster Forest and streams of water pour from the trees onto your heads. You've diligently searched the forest in hopes of finding some sign of the curse, hoping that Adana would sense something like what people have been telling her, but there's been nothing. You've looked for any strange occurrences in the forest, you've looked for large scratch marks, you've looked for broken canopies or trees or anything, but there's been nothing out of place. You've often heard groups of wolves howling, but you haven't encountered them directly. And still there's been no sign, there's been no feeling, there's been no pull towards any mysterious force or creature. 5 days. Exhausted. Your time is running up before you need to start heading to Audenil to make it to the city in time for the Adventurers Union placement exams. Sinclair's voice calls out above the heavy rain. What do we do? Should we stay until we find something?
Don't know if we can find anything. These woods are large, and if I'm meant to feeling anything, I'm not.
Well, maybe we just haven't found the right spot yet. Maybe we have to be really close or something.
Sinclair, we have been extremely thorough. I have ensured it. Whatever we are looking for, it is not here.
I just have a bunch
We-
of nuts in my mouth.
Been
Heavy
there
rain
before.
pouring down, Lovelace's cheeks full of nuts.
Is that-
We're not sponsored. We can make these jokes.
I like how you were saying nuts and you kind of hung on the S a little bit, so it's just good.
There's a lot of nuts in this score.
Yep.
You look towards Sinclair as rain is falling through the trees. I thought we would find something by now.
It's okay.
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going on without knowing for sure that there's nothing to worry about. I mean, there's something going on, obviously. Are these
look too.
placement exams so important?
I mean, it kind of seems like the key to being able to be like a hero. I mean, okay, maybe we're not trying to be heroes, but you get what I mean, right? Like, I feel like it's just going to make our lives harder if we don't get the license.
It's one step closer to getting to our actual goal. So
That too.
it's like getting a degree. Not really necessary, but makes things a little easier.
So it's like a bachelor's and not a master's.
I actually never went to college, so I don't really know, but that's what I heard. So
Yeah, yeah. Cielo instantly feels like a fucking asshole because, right, yeah, no, of course you didn't. You fucking died.
yeah, I was on a boat and then I died.
Yeah, you died on a boat. My God.
No, this is awkward.
Did anybody go to college?
Adana raises their hand.
Everyone.
Sinclair does not raise
Okay.
his hand.
Okay.
I high five Sinclair as I eat my nuts.
I don't think I can leave yet. I think I need to stay.
Are you sure?
If there's something going on, then Nadia's the only one that can really take care of it. And they can't do it on their own, and they shouldn't have to do it on their own, right?
You see Viscera look extremely thoughtful, and she takes her chin into her hand. I suppose it wouldn't be the worst thing. We would know precisely where to find you, so long as you stay here, and you know which direction we are going. You would be, theoretically, safe here.
Yeah. I'll go back to Rafnel. Me and Nadia will figure things out, and once I feel like everything is okay here, I'll find you. We'll meet up again. I feel like I could use a little bit of a training arc anyway, you know?
I mean, I think you're plenty strong, but if you feel like there's something you need to do, then yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
We'll miss you.
Smile crosses his face. Yeah, I'll miss you too. This is a weird situation we're all in. Just stay safe until I can find you again.
Your absence will be noted.
With these, definitely not going to be safe. But you know, we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll be off then.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give Sinclair a hug as goodbye, and as I do, I'm gonna whisper in his ear and say, "And take care of Nadia."
It's not like that.
Sure. Sure.
They hug you back, though. They're like, keep everybody safe.
Oh, I will absolutely not be doing that, but I'll take care of everybody.
Okay, well, I think you're like the only one that can heal everybody else, so...
Yeah.
I can take care of
That's
myself.
alive, not safe. Oh, that's
Okay.
weird.
Well, I'll see you soon. Sinclair does like an awkward nod and then turns around and starts heading towards Refnel.
Viscera will watch Sinclair go. Doesn't call out, doesn't wave. She waits until she can't see him anymore, and then we'll turn to the group. Well then, I suppose we've got a journey ahead of us.
I'm already packing up camp.
I supervise.
Not supervise.
So kind
Well,
of you.
I'll be helping, but as
Oh,
I
thank
do,
you.
I thought Sedana's gonna be
help,
helping.
but I don't know how fast or good at this Cielo actually is. And it's like when you have
You're
a newbie that you're
learning.
training for work.
You all gather your camp together. And in the heavy rain, start heading northeast. Out of Midminster Forest. And towards Modeste. A day or two later, you eventually find your way out of Midminster Forest. The skies have cleared, though clouds still hang heavy in the air. As you break from the tree line, fairly quickly you can see Modeste in the distance. It is a sizable town that acts as a crossroads for a number of different ports in the area, leading towards Audno. For many, it is the last great city before you reach Audno. It is a time to stock up. It is a time to prepare. And it is a time to meet. You venture forward, heading closer and closer to the city. The sounds of a bustling village begin carrying over to you as you get near. And as you venture into the city proper, you hear commotion. There seems to be chaos spreading in the streets. Rising up above the village's roofs, you see a plume of smoke nearby, reaching into the skies. It appears as if there's a large fire erupting.
And I just wanted some meat and sauce. I'll just start running.
Wait, going? Don't they have people for this? And I'm gonna run after Loveless.
Damn it. Viscera starts running in high heels. Like really well. Like super
But
balanced.
really well, though. Yeah. So you all rush towards the scene of the fire. As you venture closer, you see a sign hanging from the building signifying it as a item shop of some sort. A fire blazes inside. You see a small girl kind of off to the other side of the street looking up at this building worriedly. My parents are in there. And suddenly, rushing down the street, you see another figure. Mir, could you please describe what you look like?
Arms swinging, head tucked, form like live, feet heavy. You see a battle axe of a woman charging down the road. Dark brown skin with gold bracers, with this like pearlescent sheen to them as well. Arms bare, of course, like outside of the bracers and like these shoulder blades. It's just all out there. She is taller than when she first got here. She's wearing like a black bodice situation, and from her black boots with gold trimming climbing up her legs, almost like a it seems like a mistake. You see these like live flittering pieces of lichen that are growing up her legs, almost as if maybe she's coming from something else. Maybe she doesn't know this is on her, but you see it climbing up her legs and reacting and moving as she is charging. Behind her is a white cape that flows down and is tattered at the edges. It has seen a few rough years, and she has done nothing to fix that. Long black braids that start in these like neat rows and then wrap around the front almost like a ram's horn and then fall to the back of her head and then fall down, coming down to about shin height in these black and gray and gold locks of hair. And she has 6 wings, 2 sprouting from behind her neck outwards, and 2 in front of her eyes, covering her sight currently, so she can't see much, but still she charges in a very specific direction as if she doesn't need it. That is who you see charging from down the street.
Absolutely. As you come barreling down the street, the rest of you see this person. From inside the store, you hear screams from a woman shouting, "Fiends!"
Oh god. Okay, I've seen these before. What do I do? Okay, I trained for this, right? And I think that she starts like reaching around in bags. I was never good at this. Inventory is the worst. And then pulls out from one of her pockets just like a long chain, even longer of a chain until it wraps around her arm, and coming out of the bag almost just like this mythical weapon, impossibly, as the chain whips outwards, appears an almost holographic and then fully material, sharp, double-bladed scythe. So it is just like truly flying out of nowhere. But with an impossible weight, it falls, finally with gravity taking effect on it, and she just holds on to it, bearing all of that weight and starting to swing as she starts to charge towards whatever this is.
Hell yeah. You see this large person rush into this building on fire. Are the rest of you going in, or how are you feeling?
Currently
What's the
busy.
structure of this building?
Huh?
Yes,
Oh.
Viscera?
I was not saying anything important. I was just saying we're currently fighting over Lexi's character in chat.
It's so funny.
Yeah, sorry, we
So
got
real.
distracted.
Honestly,
sorry, we're
so
busy.
valid.
We're busy.
We were fighting in chat.
What is the structure like? Is it like completely on fire? Is it going to collapse soon? Is Mir about to relive how they passed the first time around? Like, how's this looking?
So it is pretty freshly on fire. The fire is covering the first floor, and it appears to be spreading to the second floor of this building right now.
Okay. If no one else starts to act in accordance to seeing this individual run inside, I will pull out my gauntlet, load a cryo infusion, and start blasting around the area between the first and second floor so the fire can't spread as fast.
Ooh, okay. I love that.
Dana's just stunned at what's happening right now. They followed Loveless here, more worried than anything that lovers should just charge into the fire, but seeing that they haven't, they are a little bit relieved. And then see this tower of a woman just barrel through into the fire without a moment's hesitation. They just watch stunned, mouth agape, but it seems like from the way they're standing on their back foot, they are a little bit too scared to run in after them.
Mm.
Can we see
Okay.
any of the fiends from outside?
Give me. This is such a great time to use a check.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're playing the game.
So give
Forgot
me.
about that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Crazy. Give me a. Inspect
Nothing
check.
here.
So this is going to be insight plus insight. You want to hit an 8.
Okay. As a reminder for my fellow players, when you're looking at your character sheet, there's a bunch of tabs at the top. If you are prompted to do a roll, you want to go to the roles tab, and then you can choose your 2 stats or use one of the preset rolls, which I will now use.
Perfect.
Rolled an
Y'all think
'eleven.
Y'all are lost and confused.
An
I don't
11.
think
Perfect.
What was
So.
just
So
shit
looking
talking.
into this building through some of the windows, you see flames, and it is hard to get a clear look inside. But for a brief moment, you see the flames part, and inside you see what is a large, kind of circular ball of fire with a menacing face kind of splattered in the flames. You don't know. Well, actually, this is a pretty popular enemy in like video games. And so I think having played Last Relic Online, you would recognize this as a creature called a bomb.
Gotcha. Immediately, Visceral will raise up her hand, and you see some of the red mist begin to coalesce, pulling from the sword at her hip, and it begins to turn into wires around her hand as she shoots it out towards the bomb. And I'd like to use my spell, if that's okay.
Sure. I'll allow it.
I'll use the spell Stop. You trap a foe
Ooh, okay.
inside an altered circle of time and space. The target will perform 1 fewer actions on their next turn. So you see these
Okay,
chains
sounds
essentially forming around, made out of this almost blood-like substance, anchoring it down, slowing it down like a net.
I love that. Perfect. So with that, I think we're gonna officially go into initiative. So there's a number of different ways you can do initiative in Fabula Ultima. Base Fabula Ultima, there's like the classic system of rolling, and your like different armor types can give you penalties or advantages to initiative. But there's an alternative rule set that we use for Our Lives After, where if this is a combat with like a named enemy, like somebody important, then the enemy goes first. And if this is a combat where the enemies are just kind of like no-name creatures, then the players get to go first. And then you go player, enemy, until everybody's gone. So we're going to start off with a player. I feel like it would be appropriate to have Mir go first. So Mir, you have rushed into this building. Here in the first floor, you see 3 bombs. I don't know that you've encountered this kind of enemy before, but give me a recall check.
Amazing.
So if you go to your character sheet and you click on that roles tab, you can click
Yeah.
recall, which is insight plus insight. And let's have you try to hit an 8 as well.
Okay, got a 14.
14, Jesus Christ. Yes. So you have faced these creatures before. You know that they tend to like to explode if they're left alone for too long. And You are familiar with this shop. You're familiar with the owners. You have a good relationship with the owners, and you know that if these guys explode, their livelihood is going to be hurt a good bit. So time is a bit of the essence. You're rushing in. There are 3 bombs running around this first floor, setting things on fire. What would you like to do?
Do I know that they're set off by? It's just if they're left alone. Is it by like aggression? Like
If
if I
they
were to
live a
use...
certain amount of time, they will explode.
Do I see this other person that has entered the house behind, or entered this place behind me?
So far, no one else has entered the house. Visser kind of did a thing from outside. You see one of them has effectively like frozen in place, but the others are still moving around.
Great. Could I try to... I want to use my chain possibly to capture more than just one, but maybe if I can like almost like a lasso. I don't know, maybe not lasso, but I want to try to get as many as possible in a one loop of my chain, if that's something I could do. I'm not looking to like hit them. I just want to try to see how many of them I can get.
Let's see. So in our handout section on Roll20, there is a handout called Cheat Sheet. On the right, it has a list of the various actions you can perform in combat. So take a look at that and see if there's any that you feel are applicable to what you're wanting to do.
I almost feel like I want to do a hinder.
Okay.
I think it's either guard or hinder. The goal is to possibly like pull them out of here onto the street. I guess there's
Okay.
people out there.
There are people in the street of this town that is lived in. That is correct.
Oh, but I like the people who own this place. Dang. We'll just attack for now. I think that just attacking seems like, that could do something.
Okay. So go ahead and go to your I think it's your equipment section on your character sheet and make an attack roll for me.
Cool
With your
axe
cool
chain
axe
thingy.
chainy thing is what we called it.
Wonderful. Okay. So I got a 6 and a 4. I don't know. Yeah.
The first number attack is the number you rolled to hit. That's your attack roll, and then the second is the
that's
total
the D10.
damage. Should be 16.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So you take your cool axe chain thingy and fling it around to try to strike one of these bombs. Unfortunately, it moves kind of quickly out of the way, catching like a nearby bookshelf on fire, and you are unable to hit it.
Stop, I like those
Now-
books. Just yell.
No, the books. Okay. It's been a while since I've run Fabula Ultima. Do you only get one action per turn?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Emma, I was going to ask you the same fucking question when it was my turn.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm not alone. I thought that was the case, but I needed to check. So, next up is one of the bomb's turns. We're going to say the one that's frozen goes next. So, it is currently frozen. It's not doing anything. Players, who would like to go next?
Can I go next, y'all?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Little buff for everybody. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I am going to magic chant. I'm going to sing a song with a lively tone in... Okay, remind me. My spellcasters, y'all use willpower, right?
It's different for each
Different.
spellcaster type.
Okay, what do you use?
I use check real quick.
Insight willpower for me.
Insight,
I think it's probably
willpower.
insight
Okay.
willpower, 'cause I think we're both entropists, actually. So I think it'll be insight willpower
Yeah.
for me as well.
And then,
Yeah.
Alex Lovelace, you are might, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Sorry, babe. I'm gonna focus on the max amount. So I'm gonna do a lively song in the key of iron, which is going to, oh, and then at a volume of medium. So every ally who can hear me now can use like the next size up on your willpower dice.
Ooh, okay.
So if you're rolling a D8, you get to use a D10. If you're rolling a D10, you get to use a D12.
Perfect.
Nice.
hmm
There you go.
And that's until the start of my next turn. And that's all I've got for you. I'm done.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
Incredible. So next up
Mm.
is another one of the bombs. It turns to face Mir, who is presently the only one in the building, and it quickly rushes and belches flame kind of out of its mouth towards you. So it's gonna roll dexterity plus willpower, which is D8 plus a D10. What is your defense, Mir?
That would 10.
10. Okay, so as this thing belches flame at you, you quickly dodge out of the way. Unfortunately, it's catching more things on fire. However, you yourself are presently safe. And now it is somebody else's turn. Who would like to go?
I think it would make
I'm
sense.
hesitating, so I think you last.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for Viscera to go here. Rushing forward, you'll see Viscera sliding into the building, and she'll raise her hands and cast Drain Vigor.
Ooh, okay.
You steal another creature's life force. They suffer highest roll plus 15 dark damage. Then I recover a number of hit points, which I'm full, so that won't matter.
Yeah.
But I have to do a magic check. There we go.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, 11 is going to hit it. So go ahead and describe to me what this looks like.
You see, as Viscera pulls more of that ichor from her sword, she slashes it in the air, and it comes out as blades that wrap around this bomb creature that she has cast these chains on, and you see that it begins to shrink a bit as it takes this damage. There's a wispy exhale as the vitality comes towards her, reinforcing her.
Incredible. Perfect. Love it. Now the last grenade is going to go. It sees what you just did to its friend, so it rushes towards you to breathe fire at you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this the one that I cast stop on? Because technically they have one fewer action, so it should be reduced to 0.
We did
one
that
already.
the first bomb.
Okay, never
So
mind.
we got that out of the way already. Nice try, though.
Shit.
So it rolls 14 to hit. Does that hit your defense?
Me?
Yes.
What?
I'm asking, does 14 hit your defense?
Is this magic defense or regular defense?
Regular defense.
Yeah, it hits me.
Okay, so you take 17 points of fire damage as it belches flames onto you, and you see your skin begin to burn up, your clothes catch little embers, and yeah.
I regret this immediately.
Next up is Adana.
Is it me?
Oh,
Was
or
Alex on?
Loveless.
Yeah, technically I went before combat started. But judging my reasons, and I believe in collateral damage to the rest of the city being really bad. So I will continue to load my mechanical gauntlet with cryo infusions and continue to blast around the house. I'm staying outside to stop the fire from spreading.
Okay. How can I reward this? Let me look at my cheat sheet. Let's go ahead and count this as an objective. So go ahead and you're working towards an objective. You're trying to prevent this fire or perhaps even take it out. Let's have you make a... Sorry, I'm changing your character page real quick, Mir.
Very good.
Let's have you give a dexterity plus insight roll.
Okay.
As you're trying to best find the places to shoot your freeze shots at, and also trying to hit them accurately. We're gonna call this a DC 10.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find where on the sheets I can hit to do both. What's that combined? Oh, rolls. There we go. My bad. It's Dex and what was it? again? I'm so
Insight.
sorry. Dex Insight. Okay. No modifiers here. Damn.
Okay,
That's
so
not great.
you shoot your frozen round at the house, trying to prevent this fire from spreading. However, it doesn't seem to be as effective as you were hoping it would be.
Do you want to use your Fabula point?
And next,
Ooh, I do have Fabula point.
you
Yeah.
do have Fabula points. So
We could
chat
absolutely
Fabula
use
points.
Fabula points. Sorry.
Fabula points are things in Fabula Ultima where you get them whenever there's a villain scene like what we had earlier in the airship, or you can get them a number of other different ways. But whenever maybe you roll bad or something happens or you want to change the story in some way, you can spend a Fabula point and get some advantages. So if you invoke your trait in some way with the situation, you can re-roll your check. Or you can invoke a bond and you get to add that bond's strength to your roll.
Okay, okay. I am going to try to re-roll this. Can I use my origin here? Because I was a sailor on multiple ships, and I know construction of wood objects and buildings pretty well.
I'll allow it.
Thank you, thank you. And I will roll again. Bonk. Please.
Okay, perfect. So fate is twisted as you first thought this was going to fail, but then you see the frost rounds taking shape and preventing some fire from spreading out of the window.
Let's go. That is my turn.
Adana, it is your turn.
Oh. As I see everyone almost leap to action, I don't take another step backwards. This just isn't what they do, but almost as if in response to Vissa reaching a hand out, casting this spell, first to stop, freeze one of these creatures in place, and another to sap the life force of it. The pouch at my side that contains the cards seems to react, almost the pouch, the opening of it flipping open, and the cards, without any say from Adana, flooding out, floating and spinning around Adana. And in a panic, they shield their face. And as they do this, two cards, almost as if like flies just buzzing around her head, slam into her forehead. And I'm going to use... I think I'm going to use... This is tough. Yeah, I'm gonna use magic pair as 2 aces appear in their hand. I'll use
Ooh,
the
okay.
ace of fives, ace of cups, and ace of pentacles as they appear in their hand. They're gonna throw these 2 cards across. In fact, I don't think Adana throws them. They, without her input, fly across past Viscera, past Cielo, past Loveless, past Mir, and try to slam into one of the bombs ahead of me.
Can we see your cards?
Yeah, for one, show your cool cards because they're really cool and pretty.
So these are the
Um,
backs. It was thanks to Stella and
They're
Liv. They
so
gifted
cool.
me them.
Thank you, Stella and Liv. So, before you can attack any creatures inside of the building, you are currently outside. So you'll need to pass a check to see them properly.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can enter the building and attack them.
I'll pass a check. I don't think
Okay.
Adana's moving until they're forced to.
So real, so valid. So go ahead and give me an inspect check. This is going to be insight plus insight, and you need to hit an 8.
Okay. Inspect. No more. A 7. I don't see it.
Ooh. So you can spend a Fabula point. You can invoke a bond to basically pass because you're 1 away.
I mean, I don't think there's any bond that makes sense.
Do the soul surges
Who are your
give you
bonds?
+1 in combat too?
Yeah, I'll spend a soul surge.
You could spend a soul surge to get a +1 in combat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend a soul surge to get +1 in this. As I showed my face, it seems almost again as if I have no say in this, as these cards have a life of their own, and instead of me seeing it, it's almost like these cards spot this creature and fly towards it, dipping and bobbing and weaving between the people ahead of me and into the flames.
Thank you to Mathis
okay.
for that soul surge to Drac.
Thank you, Mathis.
Thank you. I have to roll to hit now. Let's see if I do. Yeah, there you go. A 7.
Ooh. Okay, unfortunately, the cards fly into the building just as you're able to see one of these bombs through the flames, but they veer kind of past the bomb and strike into the wall before disappearing.
You see they kind of disappear in black flames before reappearing in the swirling cyclone of cards around Adana. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. That is the end of the round. So, chat. In Fabula Ultima, it uses a fun little system of clocks. And as certain events happen, or to show the passage of time, or to show the players and everybody else that something's going to happen in a certain amount of time, you use a clock. And so it has been 1 round. We're going to have a nice little pretty clock. It's going to have 4 spaces, and one of those spaces is now filled. So, who could say what's going to happen when all 4 run out?
For my good sis, Emma.
4.
Whoa. I froze the outside of this building. Hold
Whoa, let's cut some more slices in the pie, comrade.
Yeah.
Okay?
Comrade.
That's
Crazy.
You know,
Comrade
I
is
think
wild.
4 is pretty good.
I think 4 is great. 4 rounds? That's good.
Maybe 3? Do we think 3 is better?
Honestly, 3 would make more sense.
Distribute the wealth.
I
I think 4 is fine.
got it.
Combat shouldn't be
You got
going
it.
longer than 4 rounds, okay?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
let's
we're in some real trouble.
Okay.
I
So
see.
4
You
rounds,
truly
4
are
rounds,
a
pretty
Brit.
good. Pretty good. We are back at the top of the round. Inside of the house, we currently have Mir and Viscera. Both of you take 5 points of fire damage as the flames and fire begin to kind of lick and damage you.
I'm in crisis.
Are you serious?
Really?
How much did you take?
I'm at 16
5
right
points?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
The tank
So-
isn't in the building.
Start of a
Wait.
new round. Who would
Wait.
like to go first?
I will go first, but first I need to go
funny.
first. Ask the little question. How many hit points do you have?
Stella's a spellcaster.
I had 38, but then I took a bunch because something hit me in the face, and then I just
Yeah.
took 5, so I'm at 16 now.
Oh yeah, you got hit in the face. Okay.
But
that's
a
what it is.
reminder, if I remember right, Viscera likes
Yeah.
being in crisis.
I
You get
was
to do
literally just
extra
remembering
things.
that you're a sick freak. So
I
I'm
think
gonna leave you
other
alone.
people being in crisis, right? Or is it?
Let me read my
Is it just
character sheet. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a
Damn.
while.
I think it's other
Person
people
with
'cause of
sick
your-
thoughts. I think people like you should be in crisis. So I'm gonna leave you alone.
I think it's other people because you're a
Like, you
necromancer.
deserve this. Ugh, God, that's not great. No, help me.
Yeah, it's they like
Other
when other
people.
people are in crisis because they're necromancer. They get
I...
necromancy points.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, Viscer's
I'm
not a
gonna move
sadist.
for-
Viscer's a masochist, okay?
Ah, very
No,
big difference.
sadist.
You are a
Sadist, yeah.
sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a
Masochist
sadist.
is liking yourself to be in
Pain.
pain. Sadist is
Oh.
other
Yeah.
people in
That
pain.
one.
Damn, you are such a bottom. Anyway.
Damn. On a stream?
Alex Morgan.
Beyonce's internet? Are you kidding me?
Anyway.
Yes,
moving on.
and
So
Yes,
what would you
and-
like to do?
I'm going to move forward so I can be within all of my allies, and I'm going to use my Soul Surge,
Ooh.
which is a healing wind. So for the rest of combat, every ally is going to recover. Is it their willpower die or my willpower die?
Your willpower die.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me double check because I'm pretty sure. Oh, can you fucking open? Sorry. Sorry. Y'all caught me in a bad look. So that's gonna be 10 plus 8. So 18 points of healing at the beginning of the round.
Incredible.
For the rest of combat.
Dope.
Everybody gets 18. And does that go into effect now? Everybody gets 18.
We'll say it goes now and then at the top of every round.
Beautiful. Thank you.
what is
You're welcome.
16 plus 18?
34.
34.
I'm not in crisis anymore.
I didn't know.
Math? You're asking us to do math?
I'm not a math gay.
Clearly not. Me neither, so. Alright, and is the soul search an action or
Yes.
okay, well that's it, baby. That's all you get. See, I'm done. Tip your waiters.
Okay. Now, the bomb that is no longer frozen is going to rush up and try to attack Mir. So
Riot?
they come up breathing fire at you again. You're incredibly used to fire due to your profession in real life, even if this is from a weird monster, and you dodge out of the way. Who's next?
I think it makes sense for Mir to respond to that. Has Mir gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm a one-trick pony.
That's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
are the people that own this beautiful house in my view anywhere?
Not presently, no. You heard the
Kid
mother.
outside. Oh.
You heard the mother, Ayla, call from upstairs that there were fiends.
Okay. I gotta take care of them. I'm going to go to them. I don't know if there's any sort of like, I guess, for lack of better words, opportunity attack, but I don't care if it gets me attacked. I think I'm gonna try to disengage with them and run. So I guess I'm taking the, let me see what action that would be.
Movement is free.
I
so
think
you
this
can
is just
press
like
move.
Movement
a
is
general
free!
movement kind of
Yeah.
sort of thing. As you rush
Yeah.
up the stairs, there's not attacks of opportunity or anything, so you're fine.
Hot.
As you rush up the stairs, you see that there are a couple of bedrooms, and you hear movement from the one on the left. We're gonna say your firefighter instincts kind of kick in, and you're gonna try to bust down that door, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Give me a might plus might check as you try to burst down this door. You're gonna need an 8. It's not an incredibly hardy door.
I got exactly 8.
Oh, perfect. So what kind of maneuver do you take to bust down a door? Are you going shoulder first? Or are you kicking it in?
I think that from my training, it takes a couple of tries to actually knock down a door. So I think that I analyzed the door for just a second. And then I lift up a great gauntleted boot and then kick the door, specifically where I feel like the handle, yeah. I think wherever I find a vulnerable point where the handle would be, I just kick it so that I get a little bit of give and then just keep kicking.
Yeah, you keep kicking the door. It takes a few kicks, but it does eventually break and bust open. You hear Ayla scream from the other side, but as you round the corner and see Ayla and Adrand kind of crouched in the corner, trying to stay away from the flames, relief dawns on their faces. Mir? You're in town?
Are you folks okay?
Right now, maybe not for long.
Well, I gotta get you out of here. Pardon me. And I'm just gonna reach down and grab both of them. If I
Absolutely.
can.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna say you grab them and we're gonna end your turn there.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It is now a bomb's turn. The only person in the building that's in view is Viscera. So the bomb that was previously injured is going to come towards you and breathe some flame on you. And it rolls a 12.
Okay. Ow.
Oh my god.
So that is going to be 20 points of fire damage.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Let's go.
I'm
Let's
in
go.
crisis again.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's one of y'all's turns. You hear, Viscera, how are you reacting to all of this damage? Are you a cry out in pain? Yeah, perfect. You hear Viscera inside cry out in pain. What would you all like to do? Who's next?
I want to go next, and I want to leave the fucking building.
You're like, nope.
Oh my god.
The right
That's so
thing.
funny.
You move out of the building, and you can... So, Fabula Ultima, I'm giving a lot of descriptive language, but when it comes down to it, it is very much like an old school JRPG. You take turns, you hit. Your surroundings and the environment doesn't matter too much, and you can kind of move in and out of wherever you need to be narratively, however you'd like. So if you would like Viscera, movement is not an action. You can still hit one of them, or do a spell thing, and then say you move out of the building.
Okay. I will cast Drain Vigor again on the one that I've already hurt.
Perfect.
That is going to be a 19.
That is
that-
incredible. So that
Wow.
absolutely hits
Damn.
And then I do
and deals a shit ton of damage.
27 damage.
Yeah. So it's dead.
Oh, fantastic. I'm no longer...
What does it
Yes.
What does it look like as you pull vigor from this creature?
As I suffer that damage, you see Viscera turning towards the one that she already hurt, and she points her hand at it, and her nails seem to turn red as she focuses all of her energy towards the injured one. She will essentially drain it, suck it dry.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, the big
Yeah,
suck.
so
Yeah.
you see,
On
like,
stream?
its
free
flames
on
and its
stream.
body kind of shrivel down as the flame of its life is extinguished and it falls to the ground in ashes. You then
You see,
notice,
it does heal
some
me,
of-
so I'm not in crisis anymore, in case it matters.
love it.
Amazing.
Absolutely, it matters because I care about you and I'm worried about Viscera. As that one dies, you notice that some of the flames in the house extinguish.
Ooh.
But I imagine you then rush the fuck out of the house, right?
I hide deliberately behind Loveless. Killing them extinguishes the fires. We need to take them out. Ugh. That's my turn.
Perfect.
To clarify your words, Emma, some of the fires, not all of the fires. I want to clarify.
Not all of the fires. There are still 2 bombs left, though.
Okay.
So, next up, I think one of the bombs comes out into the street, since all y'all out in the street or upstairs now. And it's going to... It's chasing after Viscera, but you are now hidden behind Loveless. So it breathes flames at Loveless. And Loveless, what is your defense?
Can I like step out of the way? No, I'm kidding. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I
My
moved.
defense.
What the
is- give me a
fuck,
second to pull my
Alex?
Stats. Defense. Where's that on my stat sheet? Missing?
I believe it's in...
Oh, there it is. It's unfortunately 9. Magic
Ooh.
and normal defense.
On God, we need to have a
normal
shopping
defense.
episode. This is not good.
It's 9.
Okay, so...
I got 63 HP though. We're chilling.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
okay.
The flames reach you and suddenly crawl up your form as you take 16 points of fire damage.
Not bad.
Are you in crisis?
Nope.
Can you try to be in crisis?
Not even close.
Can you try to be?
No, it'd
Can
have to
you
do
try?
more
Can
than
you
2 times that amount of
try?
damage to get me into crisis.
What? The fuck?
I have
Sally,
63
you're the only
HP.
It's
You
weird
dropping
that
out of
one
the
is
flame
Also,
was funny.
None of us are gonna be in crisis, you silly goth. God, I literally
silly
have my
goth.
soul search up.
That's
And
so funny.
now-
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
My whole build relies on people getting hurt.
Yeah,
Stop healing them.
don't come into my house and ask me for shit, okay? We're gonna go on this adventure and I don't want you asking me for anything.
In my head, canonically, both Cielo and Viscera are fighting like this in the background.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, 100%. I'm like there clutching myself. I'm like, don't ask me! Like, it's the microphone. I'm like, don't ask me for anything!
I need them to get
Okay.
closer to death, Cielo.
So, who would like to go next?
I'm gonna punch this thing because I don't want to be next to it anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
I will do. I'll acromorphous and use one of my mutations to attack this thing. So let me see if it hits first before I describe what happens.
Okay, perfect.
This is gonna be a good old Dex plus might. Yeah. A 10.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. So that means I am going. What happens is you see one of the cryo infusions pop out of my metal gauntlet. I'll grab it with my normal fist. This large eel tattoo starts writhing up my hand, and I'll just punch straight into its core, and I'll explode the cryo from inside. It should do that 6 dark damage from the punch, and then
Okay.
an additional 10 from acromorphosis, plus an additional
Ooh.
5 cryo from using the cryo infusion. So that should be
Nice.
21 total, and if it doubles for the cryo, then it'd be 26 points of damage.
Okay. It does double from the cryo. It seems super effective.
Hell yeah. That's my turn.
Is it in crisis?
And now, Is it in crisis? Yes.
Let's go. Okay, I have one great point. Thank you.
So now, the last bomb we see go up the stairs towards Mir. And it is going to try to breathe fire on you, Mir, as you're holding these two people.
Annoying.
But it only rolls an 8. Your defense is a 10? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to, again, these things are having terrible luck trying to hit you because you're so used to fires.
Yeah.
That's the reason. It's not because I'm rolling bad. You, like, move out of the way, rushing past it with these two civilians, trying to get them to safety. And now it is somebody else's turn.
I believe it is mine. I forgot how complicated this class is. Hold on. There we go. Okay. As in again, a lot of this seems to be against Adana's control, but when they hear the cry of pain from Viscera and see them running out, singed and burnt in combat, they feel a sense of concern, almost secondhand pain, seeing how hurt they look. And in response to those feelings, their cards whip around them, and I'm going to use 20 mana points to use a Ace of Cards ability, which is I have some handouts. It is called Double Trouble, as 4 cards erupt out of this cycle of cards in front of me, and they are 7 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles.
Nice.
And 6 of clubs and 6 of pentacles. As
Hell
Double
yeah.
Trouble deals damage to up to 2 different enemies I can see, equal to 10 plus the highest value of the resolved cards. Because the highest value is 7, it'll be 17 points of damage without a roll. An immediate 17 points of damage to... I can't see the one that's gone up the stairs, so it's only going to be one. So the one in front of us. 17 points of... I believe it is general pentacles. 2 swords, right? Sword is one of these. Yeah, it's gonna be 17 points of ice damage, as these cards covering themselves in ice and then slam one after another, after another, after another into the center of this flaming being in front of us.
So that actually deals 34 points of damage, and it kills it. So, would you like to describe what that looks like for us, please?
You see a very panicked Adana as they step back and reach a hand out towards Viscera, as if in attempt to try to help them, to heal them in some way, but instead coming almost parallel to the outstretched hands of 4 blood red cards flying out past Viscera and into the core of this being, and from the inside out, it's almost like the flames themselves freeze up. They don't dissipate, they don't extinguish. It's like they freeze in place, turn encrusted in frost and white, and suddenly drop to the ground and then shatter.
Hell yes. As it shatters, you see more of the flames in the item shop begin to dissipate and disappear, as one final bomb is left, and it is upstairs. And we are back at the top of the round. Mir, you are the only one in the building. You take 5 points of fire damage.
Easy.
But then Cielo's healing wind kind of goes off. So you're going to roll your willpower die plus 8, and everybody's going to heal that much.
Me or Cielo?
Cielo will roll.
Perfect.
Roll? Okay, my bad. Okay. I'm just gonna do... Sorry, I thought it was like the max willpower plus, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, you roll.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna roll a d10. Make it easy peasy. So 9 plus 8...
17.
Yes. Right here.
Okay, so everybody heals 17 points.
I'm back at full. Let's go.
And who would like to go first?
I will say, as for flavor, Cielo is glaring at Viscera. This golden wind sweeps through the battlefield.
Love it. So good.
Viscera rolls
So
her
real.
eyes. Like in a sexy way.
Mir, would you like to go first and get the friendlies out of the building?
Yeah, so I have a question. So, like, if movement is free and they're already on my shoulders, can I, like, I kind of want to. Do I have to forego attacking to get them out?
I think so. I think this counts as
Okay.
like an objective, like
Yeah,
sort of deal.
I agree. Great. So I will do whatever it takes to get out of this place. Whether it is, I think if it's, is it up on the second floor with me, or is it just inside in the first floor?
So it's on the second floor presently. It just attacked you. You dodged out of the way and got past it. So you can,
Okay.
you have an easy path to the front door.
Great. I will take it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you rush out of the building with these two on your shoulders. You safely are able to get out. And right as you do, they're able to breathe in air, or breathe fresh air into their lungs. But as you get out, the bomb has followed you, and it breathes towards your back one last time to try to hit you with fire, and it doesn't work. You're too fucking good.
Yes!
You
I'm
knew it was coming.
invincible! Oh, so you've taught me a very important lesson about myself, Emma. I don't think you know that.
Wait, so
But
this
now-
probably looks super cool because we don't know this person and
Yeah.
they're stepping out of a burning building.
Yes.
Fire just
Yeah.
you're just walking
People
away
on
from
top
this
of my
explosion.
This
Yeah.
is the equivalent of
Sick.
walking away
Hero.
from a big explosion and like being all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
The bomb misses. It is now y'all's turn. You all get to go before the bomb gets to go again. So, who would like to go?
I go. I want to make a fucking point.
Okay.
Because if it is canon that Viscera and I have been fighting this whole time, I want to make a goddamn point. So I am going to sing a new song in a frantic tone. Oh no, okay. I don't think it really matters between these two. Yes. Yes. Okay, I think we're gonna do thunder, so it'll be actually no, I'm gonna do iron. I'm gonna do a frantic song in the key of iron, so it'll be physical, which I think is just gonna be I don't think I missed it. Like physical isn't bad, right? Like that hasn't above table, that hasn't happened. Okay, cool.
We haven't noticed anything about physical being bad yet.
And I'm going to sing it at a high volume, so every enemy that can, or actually no, I can sing it low because it's just one. Okay, cool. I'm only gonna do low because it's only 10 then. So yeah, I'm gonna sing it at a low volume, and each target, I have the one target, is going to suffer physical damage equal to twice my current willpower die size. So I have a willpower die of 10, so that's 20 damage. Yeah, that's it for now. And it just happens. It's not a roll. It just happens.
It just deals 20 damage straight.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Absolutely.
What does it look like?
Yeah, you see Cielo, who is like, very cutesy. She's got this like cute yellow outfit. She's usually very sweet and everything, but Viscera's been irritating the fuck out of her. And so she grabs her staff, which has like the almost like a shepherd-esque hook, like somewhere the halfway point between like a shepherd's hook and a crescent moon. And there's this like amber crystal that's floating in the middle of it, and it starts to spin at an incredibly fast pace. I feel like it's usually kind of bobbing with magic, just suspended. It starts to spin at an incredibly fast pace, and she grabs the staff in both hands. And again, we are all millennials, so she leans into the mic and I'm not gonna do it, but screams into the fucking staff, just cut my into pieces. That's how we do
Yes!
the damage.
Love it.
Because it's
Fucking
iron.
incredible.
Yeah, that works.
Absolutely. Big fan.
That's so funny.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay, who is next?
I would like to move next, if that's cool with everyone.
Absolutely.
As now that they see this person is a winged person with two people on either shoulder bursting through with the flames behind them, almost on instinct, as if this responding to the wave of relief that goes over Adana, mostly because if this person's safe, it means we don't have to go into that burning building and we can stop doing this. The cards respond to this relief as if to spread it amongst everyone else. And I'm going to use triple support because I have 3 of a kind, technically. So I have, where is it? 5. I got 5 of swords here, 5 of wands, and the universe, which in this deck counts
Ooh.
as a joker, which I can make any set card I want. So I'm gonna make it a 5 of, I don't know, pentacles. So them all being 5, triple support, you and every ally present on the scene regain an amount of hit points and mind points equal to the total value of the resolved cards times by 3, which means everyone restores 75 points of mind points and hit points. As you see these cards slam into the chest of everyone around us, including the people on your shoulders, Mir, and dissolve into like a black ichor and then disappear into your skin as you regain hit points and mind points.
Damn, that's crazy.
amazing.
That's so many.
Yeah, it's
60?
this class is very powerful because it's all based on chance. Because for everyone listening, at the beginning of combat, I draw 5 cards from a deck of 30. And depending on the combination of stuff I have, I can do different things. So there are times where I won't be able to do anything because I just don't have a combo.
Yeah,
So yeah.
incredible. Perfect. Who is next?
Viscera, do you want to go?
Yeah. Viscera will lash out her magic and say, "This is my last resort." Oh, I missed. Damn.
You did miss.
I'm gonna use
So
my
now
you
fabula.
can
you know,
use-
Shut
Point
up.
made.
I'm
Point
using.
made.
No, shut up. I'm using my fabula point to re-roll this. I'm
Okay, what-
invoking cold-hearted tactician. My identity, because Viscera considers everything to be a battlefield, and there is this growing rivalry ?
Uh-huh.
You know,
Rivalry ?
Yuri ?
Yearning ? Who
You know,
knows? Toxic Yuri?
No. Ew.
Toxic Yuri. Please.
Toxic Yuri.
9.
In my roll 20?
My roleplay? Never.
9 is a hit.
Yes. Okay. Great. It takes a total of 22 damage, dark damage.
What does it look like as you kill this?
Viscera sucks it dry, and it turns into a lump of coal that just harmlessly falls onto the ground.
Falls onto the ground and scatters into ash as the last of the fires in the item shop disappear. Let's see.
Like a
Everyone,
set of obedient pets you see all the cards recollect and then slot themselves back into the pouch by Adana. Again, without Adana thinking or commanding them to.
Perfect. Everyone catches their breath after this entire debacle. The flames in the item store have gone out. However, certain parts of it are still burned and damaged. But largely speaking, the item shop is still in good condition. Mir, as you place your two friends on the ground and they rush over to their daughter, and you catch your breath, having just ducked and dodged out of Flame's way over and over again, just like you once had in life. You turn to look at the others that were there with you and who aided in dispatching these bombs. And as you look at them, you notice something. On one of them, they have a familiar looking bracelet. Something you have not seen its like here in this world, but something that is familiar to you. Your memory turns back one day as you met with Adam. He was talking to you about his game and his friends and the excitement that he was feeling, and he mentioned a friend to you, a friend named Adana, and a gift that he was sending to Adana. That bracelet.
Where did you get that?
I was
Sorry.
turning to Loveless to check on them when you say this, and I turn. What? Are you okay? Are they okay? And I point to the two people on your shoulders.
I think they're fine. They just need the fresh air for sure. But I mean, on your wrist.
I'll look down at my wrist. A friend gave it to me. I'm sorry. I don't think I don't think he can buy it anywhere. It was a gift.
Yeah. Or wow, it's been a long time. Or do you know what a Discord is?
We're gonna end the session there.
Oh, that's so
Really, really
good.
That is good.
Oh my god.
So fucking funny.
That's so funny.
I mean, listen, we did sing Papa Roach lyrics, so like,
That is
I
true.
don't
We
know.
fully
Very
sang.
true.
You fully sang,
That
yeah.
is
Yeah.
true.
hilarious. That's
And as that scene fades, we are met with another. A number of shadowed figures crowd around a table in a dimly lit room. Maps of Audenil and the newly built airship port are littered across the table with various notes and loose paper scattered about. At the head of the table, a middle-aged man with shaggy brown hair and tired eyes smokes a wrap. He blows smoke into the air slowly before speaking. The day's coming. Everyone knows the preparations. Everyone knows the plan. We only got one shot at this. A mousy young woman with yellow hair speaks. This is really happening, Vertigo? We're really gonna kill this demon sage? Yep, the man answers, a smile crossing his face. We're gonna blow that bitch out of the sky. He throws an unfamiliar piece of Magitech onto the table. The shadowed figures back away, uncertain of its properties. Courtesy of our friends in the Empire. And that's where we're really gonna end the session.
Okay.
Ah.
So cool.
Interesting.
I'm thinking about like an anime ending being like, do you know what Discord is? And it's rose credit. That's so funny to me.
Oh my
Yup.
god.
Yup. the most joyful song you've ever heard for the credits.
Oh my
I was
God,
just
no, don't
waiting
give
for
me
a good line to be like,
flashbacks.
okay, we end there. So that was perfect. That was the perfect line.
Love it.
But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging with us and watching us play a silly little game. And thank you for my wonderful players who make this as amazing and enjoyable as it is.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for joining us.
Yes.
you.
I don't
So
know
happy
what
to
we
be
do for
back.
an outro.
Yes. So thank you also to everyone who purchased Soul Surges for the cast. That was awesome. We have 3 remaining, and those will roll over into the next session. All of the tips that go to the stream are divided equally. Slightly more to Emma, like literally 0.001 cent more to Emma. But it's all done over pally.gg. Thank you so much, everyone, for that. We're going to do our outros here. So please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the episode was today. And we'll start with Drac.
Oh, hi, I'm Drac, Draconics, and I played Adana Marseille today. You can find me on socials at Draconics, it's DRAKONIQES. I'm only really on Blue Sky right now, so just add a .itch.io on Blue Sky to find me there. But to hear my voice and a couple of things, but I'm going to specifically say that I'm the producer and one of the players of Sacred Machinations, which is a TTRPG action play podcast about mechs meeting the idea of divinity and godhood. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. We've got a very cool cast, two of which actually are here. We've got Stella as one of the players and the amazing Lexi as the GM.
I'm so fucking hyped.
So keep an eye out for that. It's been very, very cool.
It's really good.
My favorite part of today.
Yeah.
It's very gay.
It's
also
super
very,
gay.
Yeah.
It's very gay. Oh my god.
My favorite part today. I don't think I can say that. I'm gonna
Say
my
it.
favorite part.
Say it.
Are you sure? My
I don't
favorite
have
part
sponsors. You can say whatever you
was
want.
Liv saying that Stella is such a bum and Alex being like that killed me. Took me out.
I was saying
Really
yes
took me
and.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm gonna throw it over
That's
to
just
Liv.
good improv.
That is good
Yeah.
improv. Yeah, that's a yes and.
What was
Liv,
your
take it
other?
away.
No, what was your other favorite part?
Fine. Okay. My favorite part. My favorite part of the actual show was. I think it was at the very beginning learning about Amir, and like the such a sad scene between Emma and Lexi. I was like, oh fuck, this is really sad. I'm very excited to see what kind of character Mir is now. They seem like a very goody two shoes like paladin style character, so I'm very interested to see how that plays out with this group. But now I'll throw it over to Liv.
My
You're
name
muted.
is.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, nope.
You're good.
It was delayed for some reason.
I'm sorry.
Oh god. Okay, anyway, hi everybody. My name's Liv. You can find me online at Liv in a Day. I'm gonna be honest, if you haven't noticed, if you have been here before, your girls moved yet again. It is my go-to form. So now I am a California-based streamer and TTRPG content creator. And I think I'm gonna be here for a minute. I don't have too much going on right now, but please follow me to see if there's anything new coming out. And maybe one day, potentially someday soon, you'll be able to hear my voice somewhere else. But maybe not my face. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, but yeah, my favorite part of today is fighting with Viscera. Stella and I have talked for a very long time about how we didn't think that Viscera and Ciela would get along, and then they kind of got along during the first season, but now I think we're finding our way back to them like not seeing eye to eye, and that's gonna be really fun. So yeah. And since I mentioned them, I'm gonna pass it off to Stella.
Hello, hello. I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV on all their social media. You can pretty much find everything that's going on with me over on my Blue Sky at stellaluna.tv. My favorite part of today's session was also the intro, but specifically the back and forth between Lexi and Emma. I saw that like it was so emotional. Both of you were tearing up, and I was just like, I'm a sympathetic crier. I see other people cry, I'm just like, oh fuck, that's more sad. It's even more sad. And I just absolutely loved it. I didn't expect it to just y'all to just start with such heavy hitting. I was like, yeah, I know Lexi's character has to die, but like, damn, that was just a whole nother level. Good job, everybody.
Huge props to Lexi, because I messaged, because I've never GM'd for Lexi before. Me and Lexi don't know each other very well. I was like, I have an idea for how to start this off, of like you being in the hospital and finding out your cousin died.
Yeah.
Like, if that's too heavy for your first scene with a brand new character, I get it. And Lexi was like, no, I love it.
And like our
So-
Lord and Savior Liv said yes. Oh no, Stella said yes and. That's all I said. I was like, please throw it at me.
Oh, I love all of you. I'll throw it over to Lexi.
Yes. Yeah, my name's Lexi. I played Amira Jones and Mir Asai today. I also go as Black Girl Mage on just about every social media. Am I active? No. But am I there? Yes. I am lurking. Very similar in the way of just getting used to spaces once again. But yes, I'm the game master for Sacred Machinations, and I think that's between that and this. Oh, I'm also on a Lord of the Rings podcast called The Fourth Age, with some really sick
Ooh.
people. Yeah, I play an elf that specifically the art looks like Megan the Stallion, because I said I don't care what you do, I don't care what you do.
Oh, so like the classic 1980s drow.
Yes,
We love to
yes,
see it.
exactly. The
Exactly.
drow has entered the chat.
Also
But
award-winning, right?
it
I
is
believe
award-winning.
Award-winning
Yeah.
podcast, yeah.
Let's go.
It's so sick. But yeah, we are still doing that this this second season. But yeah, that's what I'm in and where you can find me. If you can find me.
What was your
It's a
favorite part?
Oh my god, my favorite part. My favorite part was interesting. I mean, I really liked role playing with Emma, but I also really liked there were a lot of moments where I mean, I think that the first episode should be emblematic of like each character and like what they do. And I think each of your moments of like, okay, Cielo's I'm going to use my chanter ability, and then red mist, and then these cards appear, and then I'm gonna take out my gauntlets and charge. I thought that was all very cool and very anime. You know, like let's show off these heroes. They've already done this shit. They know what they're doing. It was great. It was great. So my favorite part was all of y'all.
I love that you say that, because I think this is technically our first heroic moment.
Really?
I think
Oh, you
so.
set a very high bar for you set a very high bar for my character, I think. She's gonna expect a lot from you all.
The last comment, we just kind of got our asses beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got asses beat, and Adana accidentally did like ridiculous damage. And it took out the rest of them. Yeah. It was rough.
Oh, Mir is I'm very excited for Mir to realize that you are not what she thinks.
We are. Oh my god.
Yup. I'm
Yup.
excited. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna hand it off to my bestie Alex right over here.
Hell yeah. So hey everybody, Alex, he played Loveless this evening, and really just rolled back into the damn. I'm with the group. I'm with them now. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. But yeah, catch me at Ghost Chicken RPG on Blue Sky and other social medias. Ghost Chicken Press actually is the name. But Yeah, I'm making a pirate TTRPG. That's still in the works. And outside of that, I mostly play a lot of skirmish games now. So Malifaux 4E, MCP. If you like really tactical games, hit me up. I'll play them with you on TTS if you're not in the area. But yeah, favorite part of tonight, two things. So one, just because I love all forms of referencing pop culture, the Papa Roach reference is just so hilarious. It takes me back to my childhood listening to that song while playing Ragnarok online, you know. And then my second favorite part is at the start of all of this, Emma, you had mentioned that you had felt a little nervous, and I thought you had woven such a great start intro, great like immediate RPing scenes, and per usual, I think you did a wonderful job. So thank you for having us as this wonderful world and creating such a fun playground for us to experience new things about being isekai'd, where it's not just a harem anime. So yeah.
I think you should try harder for it to be a harem anime.
I think it should be. I think it should
Hey,
be.
we're getting
I
there.
disagree.
We're
I
getting
think it
there.
should be a harem anime.
We're
I
getting
think it should be
there.
a polycule anime.
Fair.
Harem, it feels like they're always fighting with each other. It should
That's
be
true.
a polycule anime. That's
Yeah.
what I believe. I'm
And
tired of that.
as our Lord and Savior Harley LaRue has always said, a polyamorous story and a polycule is different than a harem story, which is honestly my pitch for everybody to read Losers by Harley LaRue. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
I haven't had a mic for so long. Everybody read it.
Incredible. Thank you.
Emma.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta hit it.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emmapanada. I don't really have a private, like, social media presence anymore. I deleted, like, all my Twitter stuff, and then I made a Blue Sky for a project, but social media is hard, and I'm depressed, and so it's hard to do a bunch of things at once. So I'm just focusing on the project. So if you want to know how the project is going, I'm writing a TTRPG called All the Witches. I am presently going to a coffee shop every day and working on it, and then I make little videos and post them on Blue Sky about how things are going and where things are at. So if you want to keep up to date on how that's going, you can follow All the Witches on Blue Sky. But yeah, I was excited but also nervous to do this because I really haven't GM'd seriously since season 1, which was like over a year ago. And so it's been a long time. I was feeling rusty, but I mean, all my players are super amazing and it was really fun and I had a great time and I'm really happy to be back in this world. I have some really fun things in mind for coming sessions, and I'm excited to get to them. But my favorite part of tonight was Discord. I literally, towards the end of sessions, I'm always looking for a good time to like stop things. And here I was like, okay, there'll be maybe like Mir will ask Adana their name, and Adana will say Adana, and because they use the same name in the fantasy world as the real world, that'll be like a great connection, and I'll be able to like cut it there. It'll be real impactful and cool and neat, or like any number of other things. But never in my life did I expect for the "Have you ever heard of Discord" line to be dropped, and I fucking loved it, and it was iconic. Also, special shout out, finding cool ways to engage with encounters and like work around them is always really fun, and I loved Loveless just like shooting fucking like ice at the building to try to stop the fire. That was great. I loved it. I'm a big fan of like not just punching things to win, but finding other ways to win as well. Incredible. Loved it. Highly encourage it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much to Mathis for a last minute soul surge. Emma, you finally get that soul surge.
Let's go.
Nice.
And also
I'm included.
another soul surge to Liv, so you'll get to use that next session. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We'll be back not next Tuesday, but the one after at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.